You made it to the finish line. Slow process is still process. It is never too late, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to encourage you all right now. It doesn't matter if you started early or late. Guess what? You still made it to the finish line. And I also want to drill this in your head. Life is not a race. Life is not no competition. Take your time. Don't let nobody rush your process. Because remember, at the end of the day, you putting in the work. They not. You the one that's putting your hands to the work. Not them. But just remember this. Life is not a race. This ain't NASCAR. This ain't, what's them NASCAR races back in the day? I used to watch it years ago. Jeff Gordon, all them. This ain't NASCAR. This is life, reality. It is always tomorrow. As they always say, success does not come overnight. But you got some folks rushing. I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done. And they be rushing, stressing. So if you young watching this, if you're a teenager or in your early 20s or in your 30s, whatever age you at, take your time. If you're young or if you're older, take your time. It doesn't come overnight. Remember Michael Jordan, right? His success didn't come overnight either. It took him years to get where he at. Eminem, it took him years to get where he at. So you gotta struggle before you get to the celebration of your success. You get me? You're gonna have to struggle. You gotta go through some pain, heartache, betrayal, the slander, naysayers, ups and downs is like a roller coaster. It comes with it. That's why some people are afraid to take that path because they don't want to go through that trials and tribulations. But guess what? If they don't take that trials and tribulations, guess what? They're going to be stuck on stuck. And they're going to be wishing that they was in y'all's shoes. But it doesn't matter because guess what? You moving at your own pace. It could be slow as a snail or as a turtle, but you're still going to win the race. But here they are trying to compete with you. Here they are talking about some, yes, I passed her. Yes, I passed them. And they still doing terrible. And they still looking back trying to see what you doing. You taking your time. You ain't rushing for nobody. And when you make it to the finish line, guess what? Doggone it, you still won the race. And they still sitting there scratching their head like a dummy, like an idiot. Talking about how did he make it? How did she make it? They were moving slow and I was going fast. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what age you start at. I don't care if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s. It's never too late. When it's too late, if you land on your deathbed and you sitting there wish I should have had done this and done that, that's when it be too late. But when you got some air in your lungs, it's never too late. I don't care what age you at. Hell, you could be 100 years old watching me. It ain't never too late. I just flapping my gums and talking crap, but you catch my drift. But yeah, moving on. Life is not a race. It ain't no competition. It ain't none of that. Life is life. It depends how you live your life. But remember, it ain't never too late to start. Don't be afraid to start. The ones that rush and doing all this type of stuff, they stressing themselves out. I gotta do this at a certain age. Sometimes it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. But when you put in the work, it gonna work. It gonna work out, trust me. But not in your terms though. No. You think it gonna come in at this point or this time, sometimes it don't work out like that. You gotta sit back and let God do the work. You do the rest, and He gonna take care of the rest. But that's to let you know, long as you start, you are doing a good job. Long as you starting. But you got some folks out here, they want to do it, but they wishing, they afraid, they got their fingers crossed, sitting on their behinds wishing. You ain't gonna get nowhere like that. Now if you get up and start, then yeah, you're on the right path. But some folks would never ever get to that level. Try to compete with others. Oh, I gotta beat him, I gotta beat her, and they still losing. They take life as competition instead of being grateful and thankful for living. But they're taking that as competition. Remember, the ones that in competition with you, they still losing. They still got that grumpy look on their face, looking like a grumpy gorilla. And here you are taking your time. Like I said, you could be moving slow as a snail, moving slow as a turtle, and you still doing good. They ain't gotta see your results. Long as you see it, that's all that matters. So let them assume, let them think that they know. You ain't got this, you ain't got that. Let them assume. But behind the scenes, you are doing better than these people. 10 times better than them. Y'all are doing terrific. They ain't gotta know. But I must tell you, I don't care how slow you're going, it's still good long as you starting. Long as you doing something, that is all right with me. But the ones that's talking and ain't doing nothing, yeah, that's them. They worrying about you and what you got on the side of your fence. That grass ain't even greener than yours, but here they are, looking at your grass. Look at his grass. Look at her grass. They worrying about you and what you got going on over yonder. Look at their yard. Their yard is a mess. Your yard is clean. They trying to keep up with you. Thinking this a doggone race. This ain't NASCAR. This ain't the video game Need for Speed Underground. And y'all played that video game back in the day. Who remember that game anyway? Need for Speed Underground. On PlayStation 2 days. But yeah, this ain't Need for Speed Underground. This ain't NASCAR. This ain't the Fast and the Furious. This ain't Too Fast, Too Furious. And this show ain't no Ricky Bobby. It ain't none of that. Last time I checked, life is not a race. But people look at it like this NASCAR. They look at it like this is the Fast and the Furious. They're putting their foot to the metal. They're going to end up stressing themselves out. Trying to do all things at once. Try to dribble all things at once. You can't do that. Take one day at a time. 1 month at a time. Because all that stuff they're trying to do, it ain't going to come in one day like that. That stuff got to take years. You may be in your 20s. You might not get successful till you 30. You may never know. Or 40 or 50. Like I said, I don't care how old you are. You still become successful. And some folks worry about age. Oh, if I get this, if I don't get that at a certain age, blah, blah, this, and blah, blah, that. That's not the type of mindset they have anyway. They letting the devil play tricks with their mind. If you don't do that at a certain age, you ain't gonna make it. If you don't do that at a certain age, you ain't never gonna be successful. That's a lie. That is a lie in the pits of hell. You understand? That's a lie. Capital L, lie. As the kids say today, that's cap. The devil is capping out here. He wants you so stressed out, you be in the hospital because you try to do all things at once. You want to be a millionaire? It's going to take years. You want to be successful? It's going to take years. Whatever you want to do, rapper, singer, basketball, football, boxing, motivational speaking, YouTuber, podcast, is going to take time to get a certain amount of level. Then the ones that's watching you gonna get envy. Then they want to compete with you, and they still gonna be losing. They try to do a fast process. And you know what? And you know what gonna happen? Let's imagine if somebody on the road driving their car or truck or whatever, and they go 100 miles per hour, and then they lose control of the car, God forbid, and guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna crash the car. So the way they're gonna crash themselves. They're gonna burn out. Sometimes you gotta take a, not sometimes, but all the time, take a deep breath and say, I'm not where I want to be at right now, but I'm gonna get there. Sometimes you gotta breathe. When you finish stressed out, it ain't your day, you're not where you want to be at, take a deep breath and do the best that you can. Because trust and believe me, I don't care if you're rich or not, everybody had them days. When you feel like you know what. But guess what? Everybody had them days, we all human. But that's to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's never too late. So don't let nobody try to make you feel guilty because you ain't got this at a certain age. You ain't married at a certain age. You ain't got kids at a certain age. Look at Janet Jackson. She in her 50s and had a baby. It ain't never too late. Look at doggone Halle Berry. I think she had a baby too. And who remember Rap City in the Basement back in the day? Who remember Big Tigger? He just had a baby. And these people in their 40s and their 50s. So it ain't never too late. Don't let nobody shame you because you ain't got this at a certain age. Having them started early and they struggling. Let's look at them. I ain't talking about you, but if you started early and you ain't struggling, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the ones that try to look at other people's life because they ain't got certain this and a certain that at a certain age. It don't even matter. Like I said, life is not no competition. This ain't no freaking race. And the birds outside understand where I'm coming from. That's why you hear them. But yeah, moving on. Some of these folks got life all twisted up. They got life all messed up. That's why they walk around here. They gotta cope with the pain. They gotta do something just to fill that hole inside of them. And you know what they do? That's to fill that hole up. But you, on the other hand, you taking your time. Take your sweet, precious time. I don't care what age you at. Like I said, you could be a teenager, early 20s, late 20s, mid 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, early 40s, mid 40s, early 50s, mid 50s, 60s. I don't care what age you at. You could be in your 80s watching me right now. You still become, I'm getting excited. Y'all gotta excuse me, but you still can become successful. Look at Condo Sanders, the KFC guy, the chicken man. Look how old he was when he started KFC. So, what do that tells you right there? It ain't never too late, ladies and gentlemen. Never too late. And don't you know, some of the celebrities, not to make this about celebrities, but some of them started at a certain age. Some of them started early as a kid, and some of them gaining success in their 30s, 40s, maybe in their 20s. But let me tell you something. You gotta go through a lot of pain, a lot of hell, just to get successful. If you want something, you gotta go through something, right? You gotta go through hell before you get to heaven. That's why the devil be trying to drag y'all, because he know you trying to do good. But if the devil ain't dragging you, or trying to drag you, excuse me, shall I say, if the devil ain't trying to bring you down, you ain't doing that right. Because if he's trying to bring you down, you doing something right, and he intimidated and he's scared. That's why these people talking that crap. Talking about you ain't got that at a certain age. this and that, blah, blah, blah. They are afraid because you putting in the work, you working behind the scenes, and they are intimidated. They know you're going to get the job done. That's why they talking that crap. They scared. And you know what? They got every right to be scared. Because you're going to do the doggone job. And you're going to get the job done. Regardless of what they say. You're going to do it. And they're going to be sitting back wishing that they was in your shoes. Now they're going to want to link up and ask you questions. Now they want to work with you. Hell, if they want to link up and want to work with you, tell them to pay up. But now, all jokes aside though, it's never too late. Late bloomers still get the blessings. But I don't want to call nobody no late bloomer. It's just, I will say this. God, it's never too late. It is never too late. Like I said, long as you got air in your lungs, long as you breathing, that's all that matters. Now you want to become successful. You put in the work, you're going to get where you want to be at. But just remember, it takes time. Success takes time. But some folks can't wait. Some got to sell their soul to the devil and get temporary blessings. And then when they get ripped off or get, you know what, in their behind, now they regret it. Now they can't sleep at night. They can't look themselves in the mirror because they were rushing to get success by selling their soul, by selling out. But to the ones out there that stay true, they will not sell their soul, keep doing what you're doing. Like the song by Journey, Don't Stop Believing. It's all going to come through. This too shall pass. That's remember. The struggle doesn't last forever, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that. But if you made it to the end of this very video, I really appreciate each and every last one of you. I just had to make this because some people take life as a competition, as a race. It's not. Take your time. Slow down. Don't stress yourself. Do one thing at a time. The blessing gonna get there. It's gonna arrive at your doorstep like a package. It's gonna get there. So, just remember. Slow process is still process. It could be slow as a turtle or as a snail. Long as you're gonna get to the finish line, you're gonna get there. That's all that matters. Never give up. And never let them see you sweat. Like, comment, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all. God bless. Happy Thursday. And I hope everybody having a good, wonderful Thursday out there. And I will see you tomorrow on the next video. Peace. Oh, and by the way, I love each and every last one of you. And I'm still rooting for you. So, keep that in mind. But yeah, I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, we just dropped major bombs on this video. Holla! And we out here.